Alrighty, I'm gonna do a quick stream showing you guys replay about damage does not mean anything. I've been guilty of this, even just to piss off some players. Even though I can't see their chat anymore because I disabled it. I don't want to see people chatting not on their side, not on my side. Because it's always gonna be arguing with idiots every time when I play online. So I'm gonna. I already knew that damage does not mean anything. It doesn't mean that you're better. It doesn't mean that you caused the game to be different. I'm gonna show you a perfect example that I played a pivotal role. Even my ally told me on private message because you're not gonna see the chat. He told me that I really made a big difference in this game. And I even told him, man, we're probably gonna lose. We're gonna get pushed, and this guy's gonna stack. And it happened. Like I calculated everything at the perfect times and everything. Like it takes a very experienced player like myself to actually know what's really gonna happen like a few rounds from now. Like 80% of the time, 90% of the time I'm right, but there's few chances that maybe I'm wrong, but usually whenever I see something that's gonna happen, like oh man, I think we're gonna lose this or I think we're gonna stack here and then we're gonna push. Usually it happens. I'm gonna take out the fog of war. I don't know how many gold mines my enemies went, but I'm gonna find out and see in a bit. So I was fighting against Yellow. Yellow wasn't too good, but he wasn't bad either. I think he got a little bit nervous. Still the dice. Yeah, again, they weren't high level players. Um, I was gonna go for gold mine, but thankfully I didn't because we were losing, and I think that would have cost us the game. Most people now go for third gold mine, which is exactly what I did in this round. Um, I did something sneaky as to go hippo and then hippo riders. You're gonna see. Let's speed up this game, shall we? Yeah, and this guy was costing us the freaking game a lot of the times. He went first hero and then he was casting teal to actually. Dude, how are you gonna freaking lose if you have DR? Fighting against footies and you're still losing lane later on. I just I don't know what exactly this guy was actually doing. Look at that. First of all, he put his hero on the middle. That just tells you that you always want to put the stuff here or sometimes here. Like anything that you put it like in the middle with units right here in the middle is like a, a, a really bad thing, man. And even if you put like your front line here and your middle here, it's like it's gonna take you a while for your hero to actually hit.
Research complete.
Job's done. Job's done.
Our yellow got late. His units, I got bonus there from the hippos.
Job's done.
I think this is the only lane that I lost in the beginning. Other than that, I started winning. By the way, that's the thing about going sorceress. They're more of a support unit. This guy did an awesome job of getting banshees. Wait a minute. Where the heck is his banshees though? What the hell? They're not showing up here. Anyways, you don't want to have too many banshees. I mean, you don't want to have too many uh, support characters like sorcerers or something like a shaman. Because if you're dealing with a freaking banshees that do magic shell, you're pretty much screwed. And then the DR doesn't pick up bodies against banshees, so it's like the perfect ultimate counter against the DR. It's like if either you're gonna have a hero that's gonna tank, with Banshees, or you're gonna have the Crypt Lord with the Beatles counters a lot of the Dark Arrow as well.
Our allied town is under siege.
Look at that. I'm separating his army now. I'm not gonna lose this one. I think I win this one.
Upgrade completed. Job done. Job done.
Yep. And since I was separating Yellow's army, I was separating Red's army as well. So now after that, I started becoming a headache towards them. And I did this because I did not end up having any speed buffs. And usually when I have hippos with hippo riders, it's like, oh man, I know it's really good because wind riders are good to do a lot of damage to tier 3 units. But hippo riders, they're just overall good at dealing with tier 1 units, man. Like really good. That's why usually people think that hippo riders are gonna lose against riflemen. I don't think so. They do against wind riders, and they almost cost the same. But wind riders are really good at killing a lot of the tanky units, like the tier 3, like Taurens, Abominations.
Research complete. Our allied town is under siege.
I'm trying to take this off, man. So right off the bat, third gold mine, two gold mine, and you're still losing lane a little bit after that. It's sad, man. Look at his front line. Footies and a few spell breakers. He's gonna start pumping knights with bears. It's gonna start wrecking up purple. I mean, it's good to have spell breakers to have the the damage buff. Sorry, from the bears, but you want something else other than footies. Like the footies get killed so easily by knights and bears. Look at that, man. They're stacking. So yeah, the problem with spell breakers is that they're good, but they're usually like, how can I say it? I don't usually bring out breakers early unless I have something like hunters. Other than that, I wait until I'm like tier 3 or they're tier 3 so I can get that bloodlust buff or I can get that like roar. It's kind of tricky. Like you wanna wait because the aggro for the breakers are kind of sucky, man. Like he has 4 priests against this. Like these are very low. Like if these were grunts, then this wouldn't be a bad thing. But I mean, foodies, they don't have much health. Like if you're gonna put priests down, don't put ghouls or foodies down and have a bunch of priests. You wanna have at least something, at least grunt, druid of the claw with bear form, knights, and onward. You don't want to have ghouls or foodies, and it's costing us the damn game right now. Well, not game, but lane a little bit. Alright, if it wasn't for me, dude, they would have pushed back over here in the fort and they would have won. They would have been in our watchtower, sorry. So Yellow at this point, they're like, man, I need to do something about it. So he ended up being a dumbass and ended up getting a priest in the process as well. Wait, necromancers. Again, keep stacking till with yellow, and they are still not getting our tower. Keep in mind, man, red and yellow have siege engines. So I stopped having my fun with the hippos. I ended up selling them in a bit. Now, the creators, well, the people who make some of the patches for this game in order to fix this, the skin for this one moves a lot quicker than the other skins. They need to actually do something about it. I'm not gonna say anything. If they want to see my video and they want to see if they can make changes, by all means, but I'm not gonna say anything to nobody, like not Discord, not to tell any other people, because I've been actually being part of this community and they don't even bother to put me as a worker. So now they expect me to pay to actually fucking get as a worker, man. Get the fuck out of here. So usually I wanna have this guy by this way because he moves way too quick. He'll be at the front line before it happens. So yeah, this skin is bugged. It moves faster than the other skins. And I think I should change it, but I mean I really like it how it looks as well. It looks like a dragoon. Even my friend Ostentation, he leaked as well right here, so this game is too loud. Let me lower it. So I'm pretty sure they told Yellow, hey man, you need fucking six agents against those hippo riders. Which, with all these hippo riders, you need at least six in order to make a difference with all that. In order to make a difference, like having four siege engines is not gonna cut it, man. You need at least six minimum. It's like what's it called? Fairy dragons. One is not enough if you have a lot of casters. You want at least minimum of four fairy dragons. I've seen people, if they spam more, they get more in order to actually draw them in and kill the casters, especially when they're spamming necromancers. Fairy dragons are very underrated units. They're really good to deal with necromancers. If they don't have anything like siege engines or hippos, they're gonna have a hard time taking out the fairy dragons if they get like 8 to 16 of them, because they do work if they're spamming necromancers.
Job done.
One gold mine. Okay, this is a big problem. That's why this guy was. And look at his placement. Yeah, I think this guy was a new player. That's why I ended up wiping him out. I've seen a lot of new players that do way better than this. He's not bad per se, but he's not anywhere like to start competing against my shit. So that's the problem here. And I think by the time we were about to wrap this game up, I think this guy was still at 1-1 upgrades. That's a big problem. So every time I wanna, every 5 minutes, I put my pressure to get another 1-1. So the first 10 to 15, I make sure that I'm at 1-1. 16 to 20, I'm at 2-2. 21 to 25, I'm at 3-3. But I usually add it up to like 6 to 7 minutes. So I guess the first 11 to 16, 11 to 17, I can be at 1-1. And then 18 to 25, I can be at 2-2. And then after that, I can be at 3-3. Zero upgrades. I'm at 1-1. It's already 16 minutes. So by the time I think the 17, 18 minute mark, I start getting my 2-2 upgrades. There we go. Look at that. Yeah, red knows how to play, but it's just I'm making it very difficult for them to actually do something about it. So I kind of feel bad for this guy. He doesn't deserve it. And I think this name looks familiar, Mr. Kenji. I think I've seen him play before. Alright, only because of this, like right now, mid-game, Purple's actually doing better, but then he starts to do worse, just like in the beginning. So I don't know what, yeah, I think the worms are the ones that ended up killing him, because the worms do a poor job against siege engines. They don't do too good job. Siege engines do good against weak air. Fairy dragons, hippos, gargoyles, even with stone form. I've seen people get stone form to counter that. It helps, but not so much. Yeah, any tier 2 unit like the flying bird, what's it called? The one with the one that freaking blood elves have. I forgot its name. It's all a tier 2 air. Usually that wrecks some tier 3 air as well. Like the hippo riders and wind riders, they're good, but they struggle a little bit more. It's more to deal with tier 2 air more than anything else. But yeah, with wind riders, they're actually better than hippos. I was gonna say 260, 370. Yeah, you see the siege engines have a little bit harder time to deal with hippo riders. They can break wind riders quicker as well. With all honesty, I think wind riders should get some type of buff, man. I think you're getting a wind rider as a replacement for chimeras, for worms. Like almost nobody wants to get wind riders unless you have something like siege engines as your second. And I've seen several situations where I actually got it just because, you know what, fuck it, because I'm gonna have hippo riders. Hippo riders actually are a lot better after this version. They used to be, the placement used to be like this much, like the wind riders. Now they're like this much. They're a lot smaller now to be placed. So that is actually really, and I mean really good. So aside from that, yeah, they should definitely, like the DPS, look at this. Um, yeah, the range is 550. I mean, I'm not saying to say the range, but they should definitely increase the damage output, 36 to 44. Like I feel the hippo riders shoot a lot faster than these guys, but they should do a little bit more damage, man. Like probably 40.
Job's done. Job's done.
By the way, if you're still putting heroes like in corners, I think it's still bugged. They have not fixed that, and I've seen other bugs, which I'm not gonna mention here. Um, you're gonna see a bug later on where the bears actually are already coming out in bear form. That's not a good thing. Ended up screwing me over because I actually wanted these guys to roar and heal up the torrents. If they're in bear form, they don't even freaking roar. There used to be a version where back then you could actually use the roar with the bear form. I wish they can do that again. I don't know whose freaking bright idea was to take it off. But in versions 3.33 and under, the bears would give you a bear form upgrade, but you had to buy the upgrade. It was 50. I don't mind buying the bear roar upgrade, but yeah, they need to be in human, in the Nido form, sorry, in order to do the war. They can't do it with the bear form. See, speed of this guy is fast. The speed of Hippo Riders is very fast. So they cost almost about the same, but the other ones have more health, better shield. This ones have a little bit more better damaged, but I feel like the damage should be even a little bit better because they get countered easily more by siege engines than Hippo Riders, as a matter of fact. Like look at that, 3670 health, 260. You're talking about almost 100 HP difference. And these guys are freaking replacements for worms, chimeras, and griffins. If that's gonna be the case, if they're gonna be this soft, make them do more damage so they can be a little bit more lethal. I don't understand the basis of this. Just so you know, I lost lane because this guy stacked. I don't want any bright ideas saying, "Oh, this guy's losing lane. He's sucking." I think we never lost the tower. To be honest, I think we hold here, and then we ended up pushing them later. But as this guy, he ended up getting beat by Teal, because eventually I think it was the speed buffs that started doing a little bit better, and I think he started going more worms after that. I think. Look at that. Tower's still standing. They ended up getting the tower later on. I'm sorry. My bad. I said they never got it. And they did, but it's like much later, like almost at the very end. Um, I think yellow's still at 0-0 upgrades. Let me see. We're at the 20-minute mark and he's at 1-0. Yep. He's really behind. I think I'm gonna ended up getting the upgrade here, the 3-2. No? This guy is struggling because of one gold mine, and I have 3 gold mines. I was gonna go for 4, but I'm like, nah. Usually, whenever you do shenanigans like air, you wanna stick to 2 gold mine, but since Hippo Riders are not that expensive, I ended up getting a 3rd gold mine. Now, if you're having a Worm Rush or Chimera Rush, all honesty, I think you're better off staying with 2 gold mine and just pump and get your 2nd gold mine at like the 6-minute mark or 7-minute mark. Start pumping, I think your 2nd or 3rd Chimera or Worm like on the 6-minute mark. That should definitely help if you're rushing that way. Their placements for all of them, they suck, man. I think Teal has a slightly better placement. But other than that, like, this placement's not that good, but he's not a bad player per se. 3 gold mine and 1 gold mine. So we're done with 2 gold mine, 2 gold mine, and 3 gold mine. This is 1, 3, and then 2. Yellow fucked up. He used the volcano with perp. You're better off using it unless you know you're gonna lose it. Yeah, use it, but you should have probably used it when I was about to be like in mid. So he would have stunned also the upcoming air targets coming in. I think I didn't get the 3-3 because yet because I think I was going for hero if I'm not mistaken. Or ended up getting demolishers. It is really important if you're gonna put witch doctors. Um, I stress this in several of my streams. I seen people put witch doctors in the middle or everywhere. You don't want that. You want to place them not too far, but not too in the middle either. Like a sweet spot is where he put it right here. I think he knows or he's seen my videos, ostentation. I usually do the same. I put him around there, more or less, give or take, to stun a lot of the targets with which one is it? With the stasis trap. Now, I done several games where I actually take out the stasis trap. You want to take it off only if you know that all lanes of your party are actually winning. But since Perp keeps losing his lane, you want to have stasis traps on. And most people are like, oh, take out the stasis trap. It's like the spirit touch. Whenever you want to put the statue, you always want to take it off in order for them to focus only on healing. Um, Only way you want this one is like if you're spamming nothing but necros and a few other stuff, but like your mainly focus is on necros and they're not countering that much. Maybe that's like the only thing. But aside from that, like it's not worth having this on, to be honest. And yeah, let's keep on going with this. All right, so this guy used the volcano. I think my missiles ended up stunning his hero and caused the volcano to stop. Yeah, that's why this guy's really good. His missiles, that's why they nerfed it. I think at one point it was like 40 or 60 mana cost. They changed it to 100 because it's really, really good. I was gonna go for 2 or 3 medallions, but like, you know what? I need to focus on my upgrades and heroes. I mean, upgrades and units, sorry. So my demolishers are doing a really phenomenal job. I'm like, all right, they're cutting down their siege engines. I need to definitely get more. I think they're gonna push here because 2 statues, 3 statues stack. Yeah, they're gonna push here, and I think we're gonna. I told the Aust. This is looking really bad. I think we're gonna lose by. We lost this game, and we were really close to losing the game. But thankfully, I ended up holding in one of my lanes, and I ended up stacking with Ost, and then we ended up pushing back, and we won. Oh, it's not here. I think I set it up after this spawn right here, after teal spawn. And then volcano, as if that wasn't bad enough. This guy has very strong level 6 heroes. He has um, Dreadlord. Wait, Orb of Slow? How the hell you want to have this? The only way you want to have this if you're playing against beef up Blade Master, but it's really rare. Like almost never goes for that route because Blade Masters, they're the worst hero now. Which I'm gonna make a hero tier list after I'm done this stream. The only way you want to have six items for Blade Masters if you're winning mostly, and your Blade Master's actually your second hero. You don't want it as your first hero. It sucks, and you got a good source of income, like I'd say 4 gold mine, that can definitely buy you a lot of items real quick. The freaking volcano again, dude. Jesus Christ, that was very, very good timing right there. I think it was just luck. He just put it on, didn't even time it. I don't think he timed it just because he timed it. I think he just had it on all the time. Ah, god damn it. Alright, so ended up holding here, thankfully, because purple didn't do jack shit, so you're gonna see my push here. Let me slow it down a little bit. They're getting 7 from the bear. Oh, wait, I'm still getting the... I don't know why. Maybe in the beginning, because of the... Before they become bear form, I think they become bear form over here at 4. They're getting the same issue as well with their Druids of the Claws. Who has Druids of the Claws as well? I think it's Teal. Yeah, they become bear form in 4, so I don't know what's going on, but yeah, it's kind of nice that I got the upgrade here with the... Because they won't do the roar until they see an enemy, so... Yeah, I was the one that hold our fort and pushed back. But we're past the 30-minute mark and he's still at 1-1. Um, yeah, so the Taurans are moving way too quick. So I think I ended up putting them even together with the Hippo Riders, and even then, they're moving way too quick. I think this skin is making them move faster, just like this skin. You see, the bears are already bear form before they even reach the front line. Princess of the Moon with the bear claw, if it's not getting interrupted by anything, it makes any unit a very, very strong. Like plus 11 Hippo Riders, that's insane amount of damage extra. Now if you think this is bad enough, I think the Worms and Chimeras are like 40, 50 with Bear and the True Shot Aura level 3, which is an insane amount of damage. And then if you have speed buffs, that increases it even more. And what else? And if you have something like the Priest, and if you have the Inner Fire, that even adds up more damage. So I think that's the only damage multipliers I'm trying to remember. And if you have more speed buffs like that TC, I feel bad for them, dude. They were actually supposed to win, especially Red. He was not doing bad per se, but his placements weren't too good. He already moved the hero over here, which is good. Um, this guy actually didn't deserve the win. Like one gold mine, like you're actually still at 1-1 upgrades, man. But this guy almost cost us the game. Um, ended up saying that the worms were actually kicking his ass, so ended up getting flying machines, which is good. But I think he needs more than this, to be honest. Pause it if I did. Alright, so you see the damage right here. Oh shit, I got more damage. But no, I've seen several situations where I win and I played a pivotal role like my hero did a lot. Like say I have Keeper of the Groove, I do level 6 healing with my army and their army, and we cost us to actually win the game because of my hero or something that I do with my hero. But I don't do the most damage. I don't understand why people think that damage means everything. Like Blue Ost, he got the least damage, but he played a really good role in this game as well. Like at the very end, he stacked with me and he managed to actually fend off Red, who has the most damage in the game. Keep in mind, Red's actually not a bad player, and he's actually level 174. He's not a beginner by all means. So he ended up doing really good. He got the most damage, but that made them win the game. Again, there's all kinds of factors as to why you lose. Sometimes you're not toggling shit. Sometimes you're not getting the enough upgrades, or sometimes just the placements of the units costs you the game. Even though nobody's gonna tell you, hey, well, you have the units really bad. You need to put them in a certain way in order to actually play a more vital role of becoming a better direct player, man. Because believe it or not, placements do mean a big difference. Wait, what? The stream's not finishing. Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna cut this replay. Like I said, damage does not mean anything. I hate people telling me shit, which I'm not gonna see anymore because I already disabled chat. Saying that damage, oh, I got more damage, therefore I won the fucking game. Like, no, get the fuck out of here, dude. Red got the most damage. He won the game because of him. They lost it. They almost won it, but Teal was actually doing most of the job for them because he was kicking Purple's ass at the very end.